Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Farm Simulator 19 here on Ravenport. To start this, we're still trying to get a little bit more money so that we can afford our own harvester, our own weeder, especially the weeder. We're probably going to need that fairly soon. So we went ahead and accepted a quick little combining job. We'll need to do over on field 18. It's right next to the spinnery over there. We'll go ahead and start up our combine and get over there. Shouldn't be too long of a drive since it is right over there on an extremely close field. It's not like we have to go all the way up to 4. One of the fields all the way up north. Go ahead and get this Rostel mash without destroying the New Holland there. And even though I would like to own our own combine, the ability to actually lease different ones and try each different one out is actually one of the things I love about the contract system, especially. Other than the fact that you can actually use your own items, you also do have the choice to use these other ones. Now, in FS17, I will admit I was one of those people who would just constantly keep trying to switch which contract I had, which vehicles were in it, so that I could, be able to, for example, if it's a smaller combine, you can get paid better, so I would often switch around with that. But this one, it's just kind of nice, especially you know what you're going to get. I do wish you could lease just individual items instead of having to lease the entire setup. For example, I don't need a tractor, I could just use my own, but what can you do? That's the way they designed it. So, go ahead and get her unfolded. Actually, this one doesn't need unfolding, does it? Okay. And we will get started on this corn. Hopefully we don't miss quite as much as we did with the sunflowers. That was kind of annoying. But yeah, I will get this field done, and I will see you guys when it's time to deliver it up to the grain elevator. Tractor over yet, so while he's going with that, go ahead and get this New Holland T5 120 and take it down there. It also looks like it might have given us an upgraded tractor, so most of the time it seems like it only wants to give you, the tractor that has the least amount of horsepower, but I think this one actually has a little bit upgraded engine, which that's always awesome to see. This New Holland actually has a really nice interior as well. I still prefer the look of the John Deere, but I wouldn't mind running blue. So once we get this up to the field, I will take over for the hired helper. We will start running the combine ourselves again. Left turn into the grass over here. And we will park just here on the end of the field. Okay, first let's turn off the engine so we don't burn fuel. And we're gonna have to time this right. 3, 2, 1, jump. Alright. Made it into the combine. I'm gonna get as far as I can before we unload. I believe it's 4,500 and we are right at the edge of it. Yep, there we are. So we will go over here. We will unload into the trailer. And I like that you can actually see the pipe on this one. You couldn't on that New Holland we were in. Look back here and watch as the grain just slowly travels down into the pipe and out into the trailer. I am noticing though that it is still textured. I'm sure it would be a massive resource hog if they try to make each individual kernel show up, but I mean, I'm willing to spend the extra to have a system that does that. So we'll see if they ever add that. Maybe, maybe not. So let's go ahead and get right back into the field. We can get some more corn harvested. I'm thinking this field is small enough that we will be able to get all into one trailer, but you never know. You never know. Last two passes of this field. And then while we're at the other end, we'll go ahead and pick up those two little stragglers over on either side. But this thing actually made pretty good work. It's actually quite a bit better than I imagined it would be. Now, the tank capacity is pretty small. It's not very good at all as far as how much you can hold. But as far as power and the way it feels, this thing is an absolute animal. So I'm really excited to see just what this does, what it would do with a different header. For example, such as one for wheat, soybeans, canola. Drive over here, slow her down so we can drop the head. Have that straggler. Just have to do the ones over on this side, and we should be about done with this field. Let's back it on up. And then once we have this in the trailer, as you can see on the map, we just need to take it up to the central grain elevator, which that is a little bit of a drive. So I'm trying to decide, how do we want to go? Thinking about going up through the spinnery instead of going back towards the shop, but we'll see how we feel when we get there. We've got a bit of time. Especially since now missions aren't, since they're contracts now, they're actually not time-based, which is a really nice thing as well. If you don't have that time crunch. Although it also means that you do have to deliver it instead of just harvesting the field. So while it's different, I feel like it's a good change. Go ahead and throw the pipe right on out. Should be just shy of 11,000 liters in this trailer for us. And we'll see how much we end up getting. That is one thing I have noticed, is that at the end of a mission, if you end up getting more grain, since most of the time it only requires about 95% completion, you actually get a little bit of harvest money back. So that's something really nice that I like. It's a good incentive to do the entire field instead of just a small piece of it. So let's go ahead and start getting onto the road over here. Both ways. We're good to go. Put the blinker on so that we can technically be legal. Four ways and beacons. And we will close the cover. Switch it to a left turn. We will go ahead and go through the spinnery. And I'm thinking go this way so we can be on paved road more, even though this is an extremely bumpy and rough path. So we'll get to see how the cab suspension and chair suspension works actually. All going extremely slow. I like that it actually does bounce you around quite a bit more. Like you actually seem like you can feel it. I think I've said that before, but it's such a major change that I'm absolutely in love with. But I will see you guys at the elevator. Alright, we are across the railroad tracks. Just have to stay on the road first off. Make this left turn and we will be just about at the central grain elevator. Just have to go down a dirt road to get there. Past. Jesus, that's a massive field of corn. And I mean massive. That is huge. I want to be combining that, but I also don't, because it would be a pain in the ass in the end. You can see even the trailer four ways work. That's really nice, actually. This thing, I don't know if you guys have probably heard, but look at how much better those beacons look. You can actually see it spinning. That The realistic beacons look so good. I'm just in love with all the different features that this game has changed. We'll go ahead and make this turn. I don't know if this is actually an approved path, but we're gonna do it anyway. Get under here. And we will be able to go ahead and dump our grain. Let's watch this thing dump. I'm surprised that they allow it to be wider than the thing itself. So we can go ahead and turn off all the lights. And come in here. Nearly $900 for that. Not phenomenal money, but decent money nonetheless. So let's head back and check on our field. We're still growing. No weeds quite yet. So while we wait for some more work to do on our own field, go ahead and see what missions there are. What contracts. So we could fertilize field 19 with our own stuff. Where is 19? 19 is all the way over here. That one we could do. Fertilize field 3, which is all the way up here. That's a really far drive, so I probably don't want to do that one. Field 12. We've done that one. But it pays really well, so it's definitely a contender. We have more cotton. I think just because it pays pretty well, we'll go ahead and accept field 12. So I will see you guys when it is time to hit field 12 for the second time. Alright, so we have the fertilizer spreader unfolded. Now we just need to get it lined up. And instead of doing end rows like I did last time, we're just going to go straight up and down because why the hell not? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this field rolling. I'm still amazed at how much fertilizer we have back in this spreader. Because I figured we were going to fly straight through it. That's why I purchased so much of it. But it's really coming in handy. I would say we've made quite a bit of money on fertilizing jobs. But anyway, with that being said, we will see you when field 12 is finished. Alright, we made really quick work of that field. And it's going to be a really nice paycheck for it. And just like before, just the width of our spreader, which makes me extremely happy. So I'm surprised that he actually pays this much for the amount of time that this field takes. It's an extremely quick job. But I'm not going to complain one bit about it. And there it's finished, but I'd feel kind of bad leaving him a gigantic square rectangle that has nothing in it. So we will go ahead and finish off this end. Alright, we can stop that. Go ahead and start folding up the spreader. I'll go into our contracts page. Yeah, almost $6,500 for that. We will accept that and not look back. Now I am thinking about, I think to finish this off, we'll go ahead and we'll do field 19 for, you know, it's quick, some easy money. Takes us down to where I think I would like to place our house eventually. Down there whenever we can afford to buy fields 24, 25, 26, all that land. Go ahead and throw the four ways on this tractor. Unfortunately, it does not have a beacon for us to use. That sound is also really weird that it uses. And purely because of that sound, I will break traffic laws by not running them. Alright, coming up on a stop sign. Not a stop sign, more of a yield. Nobody's coming, so we're going to make a break for it. And luckily we don't have to deal with any of the bumpy dirt roads to get down there. But I will see you guys at field 19. And here we are. Got a cotton field over there. Got a nice large American flag just waving in the breeze. And over here, this thing looks like it's only going to take maybe 2 passes to fertilize, which is always an awesome thing to say. So let's go ahead and just hop right into it. Yeah, this thing is going to be a really quick job, of easy $1,000. Actually, what crop are they growing on here? I'm trying to figure that out right now. I mean, once we're done with the mission, we can look, but I haven't seen, and I have no idea what crop it is. I ended up, just with all the new crops in the game, not only new crops, but they also changed the symbols for their existing crops. I definitely keep having to reference back to know exactly which one is which on some of them. Which, kind of annoying, but also, when you have that many crops, you do have to find ways to differentiate a little bit more. That's just one of the things they changed with the interface. Now, one thing I do not like about the interface, and I know it's not going to change, is the lack of background, especially in the top right corner, because you look up into the sky, you can't really do it right now at this second, and the tractor, I'll see if I can do it outside of it, but if it gets really bright out during the day, it gets fairly difficult to actually see, your money, the time, the weather you can look into the sky and see, but, I wouldn't mind at least a slightly opaque barrier or background for it. I don't know. Just a personal thing. I'm sure a lot of people prefer it to be a little more transparent and not blocking quite as much of the screen. Just a personal thing. So once we get back to our field, I think we should be able to go ahead and call it a day. Did some good work, got some harvesting experience, saw another combine, and made a good bit of money utilizing our fertilizer spreader, which this thing is going to end up paying for itself 10 times over before we're done with the first week with the number of missions and contracts that we're able to accept with it, especially compared to having to lease one. So we'll go ahead and pull in here, come a little close to the tracks. Make sure we're not going to run over our cultivator, because it is a little bit shorter than our seed drill. We'll go ahead and drop this off right here, shut the engine off. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, how's the series is going for you. What else would you like to change about it? What would you like to see? If you want to see potatoes, by God, I'll find a way to plant potatoes. But anyway, hope to see you guys on the next video. Peace out.